regarding the recommendation of the Constitutional Convention to give citizens resident outside the state the right to vote in presidential elections. I call on Senator Niall O'Donnell to move the motion. You have 12 minutes.
12 minutes, Garamaiget, Carly. Ira Garamaiget as of a and Seolin Tronona, then Gisbarat Tawaktak, August Harvey, Starrel, a Shogus, and Faga Jerem, go see Sundasak, August Starrel, Na, go see Kiedur, go and Shalogin, Lehed Kursi, a play and show Sichana, August Shilling, go sin. Harvey Sundasak, August Gamay Landini, Lanston, and Gisbarat Shaw, a new minister. This is an important day in the history of the Seanad and indeed in the history of the Oireachtas. It's an important day for the people of the North and amongst the Irish diaspora. Today, Seanadori are voting to support the Constitutional Convention's recommendation that the government hold a referendum and extend the vote for President to the people of the North and amongst the Irish diaspora. Today, the doors of this Seanad are being opened to the citizens of the North and the diaspora to join with the rest of the people of Ireland when we are voting for the next Irish President. Irish citizens in the North in particular have waited a long time for the message that will come out of today's debate. This can be a powerful message and it can be an inclusive message. Yesterday we all stood in admiration in this chamber of the passion and dedication of the First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon, and we clearly all supported and endorsed her stand on behalf of all of the people of Scotland. We do that because, of course, it was the right thing to do. 18 years ago, and I repeat that, 18 years ago, the Good Friday Agreement enshrined in law the rights and entitlements of Irish citizens across all of Ireland's 32 counties. It didn't seek to give partial citizenship or indeed second-class citizenship to these Irish citizens in the North. It gave full Irish citizenship as of birthright to us. So what is the reason for further delaying the issue of presidential voting rights? Why don't we, like First Minister Sturgeon does for Scotland, stand in the best interest of all of the people of Ireland? This motion is a call to action, an opportunity to send a clear message at a time when the political and social stability of our entire country is being jeopardised by a vote taken in England to remove part of Ireland from the EU against our will. No one, certainly not I, ever said this process around voting rights would be an easy one. In previous exchanges in this chamber on the matter, the government side have told us that they need to work out technical issues, and that's fair enough. But of course, we've had a very long time to work out those matters. And in referencing that, Minister, I would go back in the first instance to a letter from former Minister Jimmy Deanahan to the Taoiseach in 2014, the 30th of September 2014, and I'll quote from that letter. In his introduction to the fifth report of the Constitutional Convention, the chairman, Tom Arnold, said that a clear majority of Convention members favoured a change to the Constitution to give citizens resident outside the state the right to vote in presidential elections. As Ireland's First Minister for Diaspora Affairs, I believe that if we are serious about diaspora engagement, we should put this question to the people of Ireland. He goes on to say, however, against this, and now the conversation has begun, a decision by the government not to take forward the recommendation of the Constitutional Convention would have a disproportionately negative impact. The issue of voting rights is of enormous importance to many Irish citizens abroad. He concludes, if I spend much of that time defending a government decision not to respond positively to the recommendation of the Constitutional Convention, I will be working with one hand behind my back. In terms of diaspora policy, it is my strong view that it would be seen as a major step forward to put this issue to a referendum. And that's dated from September 2014. In more latter times, Minister, we have heard the current Minister for Diaspora, Joe McHugh, outline his desire to hold a referendum as early as the beginning of next year. We then obviously were gunked when we heard the Taoiseach in the Dáil chamber say that there was no likelihood of that happening. So just what exactly are the reasons for that? If now isn't the time for the government to be energised, galvanised and mobilised around achieving and enshrining this right, then I don't know when is. The passing of this motion without amendment will be welcomed with open arms by tens of thousands of people in the North and amongst the diaspora globally. Today's decision is about nation building. It is about connecting the people of the North and the diaspora. It is about remedying the hurt caused by partition, about reconciling the people of this nation in a practical way with each other. Today, it is the Seanad's opportunity to lead the debate in this state on this fundamental question of equality and rights. I know the government is listening to this important debate very carefully. I hope they act on foot of what they hear. I would also urge the Taoiseach himself to respond positively. This isn't a divisive issue, Minister. How could enfranchising Irish citizens in this most important centenary year ever be? So let's not make it a divisive one. Marable Skur, Caherlack, I want to finish, if I can, with a quote from a letter written by a 17-year-old Belfast lad, Peter Thompson, just yesterday. He wrote very eloquently and comprehensively to GAA President Egan O'Farrell, where he talks about his sense of Irishness and his place as a young Irish man in Belfast within this nation. And I quote, "For us up north, the GAA is one of the only things we have that makes us equal citizens in our own country, and what we can claim to be ours as Irish people. The GAA has no border, and you might not understand, but to us, for Antrim, Down, Derry, Tyrone, Armagh and Fermanagh to compete in an All-Ireland Championship and the National League means a hell of a lot." What a fantastic sentiment from that young man, and what a wonderful reflection on what the GAA gives us. But what a sad reflection, Caherlack, on what the government continues to deny us, and that is quite simply our place. We have an opportunity today to change that and send a very, very clear message. So let's, in this instance, let's unite the nation on the most basic tenet of democracy, and that is the right to vote.
Thank you.